Thank you so much for waking up with us on Daybreak. I'm Matt Howerton.
And I'm Dia Wall. Erica Lopez is keeping an eye on the roads. We really need to keep an eye on Matt Howerton,
It's
for real.
okay.
And then, of course, Greg Fields, the icon himself,
Yes.
tracking that triple-digit heat for us. Good morning, y'all.
fine.
Good morning. Right now, roads are cooperating. Nothing major yet to slow you down, but I know it's going to be a busy weather week.
It's going to be a hot,
Man,
seriously hot.
We gotta tee Greg up. Y'all need to lock in when we get to that 14 day.
It's going to be a long stretch of some triple-digit heat that we're talking about. So that begins today. So we are calling for a weather alert day because of the heat advisory that does go into effect later today. So just keep that in mind. Be prepared for that heading on out the door. It's 82 degrees in our studios here in downtown Dallas. That heat index already kind of talking about that this morning, feeling like it's 87 out there for you here early on. So yes, it is going to be a very hot day across the area there. Upper 70s heading out to Denton, 79 to McKinney. So cooling off a little bit. Probably won't be this cool as we go through the week, though. During the morning hours, we're going to keep those temperatures likely around 80 degrees and above, even during the early morning hours. So here's the heat advisory. Noon today until 8 p.m. here this evening. That heat index could climb up as high as 108 in some locations here this afternoon. So because of that, I am calling for a weather alert day. So just be prepared for the heat. Those actual temperatures anywhere from 95 to 102 across the area. Make sure you do practice all the heat safety that we talk about when we have stretches like this. So here's what it looks like for the day planner. It is going to be a hot one. We may be just below 80 degrees as we head out the door this morning, warming up quickly to around 101 for that forecast high here this afternoon. Not much in the way of wind. They will be out of the south and southwest through the day, and plenty of sunny skies. And it's going to be a very hot week ahead. Gets even hotter toward the middle of the week, so we'll talk more about that coming up. And now let's get that first check on your Monday morning traffic. Over to Erica.
Greg, thank you. It is 5:02, and we want to talk about your traffic impact commute this morning. I-20 and the Dallas-Tarrant County line, everything is moving nicely so far, and we're really not dealing with anything major as far as construction closures or wrecks at this start of the morning commute. 75 in at Allen Drive here, making your way through Collin County. Everything is still moving very nicely, and just a couple cars out here in Denton County, 35E and 377 starting the drive out that way. As far as what we see out on the map, lots and lots of green. So again, nothing to slow you down at this very moment. We'll check one more TechSat camera for you in Rockwall County, moving nicely at I-30 and John King Boulevard. Matt.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. Remember, you can always check the weather on our streaming app. We've got a live radar and temperatures up 24/7. In just hours, we expect to hear from Governor Greg Abbott as the Texas Hill Country begins to recover after deadly flooding.
Several crews from North Texas are already there helping with cleanup. They'll get some reinforcements today. Chris Sadeghi live from Texans on Mission right here in Dallas as they prepare to head out in just a few hours. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Dia, and another horrible summer of flooding in the Texas Hill Country. Of course, we had last year the July 4th floods. This year, 2 confirmed dead, hundreds of high water rescues. Joining me here is John Hall this morning with Texans on Mission. And you were telling me that you guys never actually left from last year's flooding. Y'all been down there the whole time.
That's correct. We've been serving in Kerrville and the surrounding area since July the 5th of last year. And so all of this has devastated many of the folks that we have been rebuilding their homes from last year. It's compounding trauma. It's making them relive things they don't want to relive. And so right now we're taking all of those assets, all of those trailers, all those teams, and moving them from rebuilding homes all the way back to relief, where we're going to have to be gutting out some of these homes that have just been flooded.
And you said you're sending more down this morning. Where are you sending them? You mentioned Kerrville, but this flooding more widespread across the state. So you know where they're going.
No doubt. So we're standing up full sites in Kerrville, Bernie, and Uvalde. We know that this is all over the place. We have hundreds of work requests across the state to begin cleaning out flooded homes, removing flooring, sheetrock, furniture that has all been ruined by these massive, massive floods.
And can you just tell us, you mentioned you've been there for the last year, what is it like down there? What do you see? What are the people down there in need of?
Well, quite frankly, when I think about it, I don't think about numbers. I don't think about the geographic area. I picture faces and names. I think about Mike and Karen. I think about Trissa and her 2 small children. These are folks that we've gotten to know over the last year and a half, and our heart just breaks. And so they are searching for ways. One person put it to me this way: I just started to trust. I just started to have hope, and now I'm back here. This is where I am. I'm heartbroken, and I have to start over again.
Yeah, hard to imagine unless you see it with your own eyes. We've had a lot of first responders that we've sent down there, Texans on Mission. One of those groups helping out, and they've been there for a long time. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. You can help families impacted by the flooding by just scanning the QR code at the bottom of your screen right there to donate to the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. Every donation, no matter the amount, can make a difference.
New this morning, a major update on the Cyclospora parasite sickening people across the country.
Yeah, the FDA says that the lettuce sample pinpointed as a potential source of the outbreak wasn't actually positive.
Natalie Haddad is in the newsroom now with the latest from the FDA. Natalie, what's going on?
Yeah, the FDA is calling it a false positive, guys, putting investigators back at square one as they try to find the source of a bacterial outbreak that's sickened thousands. More than 1,600 people across at least 5 states have gotten sick, according to the CDC. At least 94 people have been hospitalized. The FDA now says updated testing found no confirmed positive samples linked to Cyclospora. Even so, Taylor Farms, the lettuce company, voluntarily recalled iceberg lettuce in 27 states while the investigation continues. Several fast food chains, including Taco Bell, also pulled lettuce from some locations. Now, most people infected with Cyclospora develop diarrhea. Other common symptoms include stomach cramps, bloating, nausea, fatigue, loss of appetite, weight loss, even increased gas. Some people also experience vomiting, headaches, body aches, or fever. Now, to lower your risk of getting sick, wash fresh fruits and vegetables under running water. Scrub firm produce with a clean brush and remove the outer leaves of leafy greens before eating them. Also, drinking boiled or bottled water in areas where there are cases of the outbreak is suggested. And additionally, of course, practice good hygiene when you're eating by washing your hands often and after using the restroom. Health officials say the investigation is ongoing and they're continuing to search for this exact source of the outbreak now that we know that this is a false positive. Dia.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Now let's get you 3 things that you need to know this morning. The federal appeals court just handed the Trump administration a temporary win in its mail-in voting fight. The ruling pauses the lower court order that would allow the Postal Service to move forward to only deliver mail-in ballots to approved voters on a list submitted by states. But that rule is still held up in federal court. SpaceX could launch its Starship rocket as early as this Thursday. It would be the 13th test flight from the company's Starbase. Last week's launch was scrubbed just seconds before liftoff because of an engine issue. As part of the test, the rocket is set to deploy 20 satellites to demonstrate its dispensing system. And the city of Sanger is getting its first Whataburger. The new restaurant is located off the Stemmons Service Road. Whataburger says the first customers in line will get free Whataburger for a year. The grand opening is tomorrow at 11 a.m. and may the odds be in your favor.